We are going to talk to a survivor of the Woodstock 1969, but first we want to find out about Woodstock from then and Woodstock now. We'll be back in just a moment.
Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. I will try not to sing out of key. Oh, baby, how you down? Well, I'm dead,
This is where it all happened 25 years ago, Yasgur's Farm. This area is called the Bowl, and the stage where the who's who of rock and roll at that time performed was at the foot of this hill. This site has become a mecca not only for those who attended the original Woodstock, but for those who wish they had. Every year, groups of various sizes come here in the summer to play guitars and sing, share their thoughts, and reflect on those 3 days when more than 500,000 people blanketed this hillside.
looks like handsome Johnny with his hand rolling a fist, marching to the Birmingham War.
With all the other performers and their equipment caught in massive traffic jams, only Richie Havens was there for the start of the concert, arriving by helicopter.
I looked out over the audience and I reconfirmed to myself, which I had done flying over that audience, that we had actually done something here, that they couldn't hide us anymore, and that we were in fact displaying the freedom that we were talking about for 10 years.
1, 2, 3, what are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. The next stop is Vietnam.
These are different times. We, in our youth, were so wrapped up in the Vietnam War and the issue.
The poster couple for the Woodstock generation, Nick and Bobby Erkeline, immortalized in a single photo which found its way onto the cover of the Woodstock album.
People were partying 5 miles out from the festival site.
It was Jones Beach, 10 miles wide.
No bathroom facilities. You see a lot of people running into the cornfields or behind the barns on these poor people.
Unlike the orderly chaos that was the Woodstock of 1969, this time there are tight state controls on the concert site, the Winston Farm in Saugerties, New York.
This farmland used to be home to herds of dairy cows. They're gone now, and the farm's big barns and buildings stand in disrepair. And in the midst of this tranquility, a huge transformation. Trucks and trailers rolled in, utility lines that once powered milking machines giving way to fleets of generators that will not only power huge speaker columns and amplifiers the rock bands will play through, they'll also power a virtual city with a population of more than 250,000 people.
This time, no booze or drugs allowed. And if you don't have official tickets and passes to the shuttle bus sites that are being built, you're out of luck. And a competing concert that was to be held at the original Woodstock site has sunk. Ticket sales were just too slow, and the principal backer pulled the plug rather than go down with the ship. Tom Donovan, NBC News, Saugerties, New York.
Hopefully you're not Woodstocked out. We're going to talk a little bit more about it with someone who's actually alive and survived to talk about it. One of the few Ottawans who made it to Woodstock. Hey, John Workman from Shea 106, formerly a disc jockey, now man-at-large, flying CF-18s and talking to us about Woodstock.
Yeah, Woodstock. I think I remember it was like a huge unplanned camping trip, the biggest camping trip I've ever been on.
That's what it looks like now, too. It looks like, you know, kids much the same age going for camping out on the weekend at $130.
Yeah, exactly. They get the proceeds and hopefully get a bit of rain so they can understand how we felt, you know. It's not all fun, you know.
Yeah. Do you feel like many people, though, that perhaps the memory of Woodstock is best left as a memory, or do you feel it's a great idea to revive it?
I think it's kind of weird to revive it. They should call it, you know, Lollapalooza or whatever, Saugerties 94 or whatever, you know, Saugerties and Bluto or whatever. You know, philosophical convention, but I think they should. I don't understand why they call it Woodstock. I think it was better left then and then do something else now, right? It's appropriate to the era, the music for the kids today that they might like, as it was for us then, you know. If
you didn't see the music at Woodstock, what was the draw? The girls?
Well, there's lots of girls there, yeah. No, I didn't see any music because when we got there, it was so crowded already on Friday afternoon that there was no way I was going to go crawl my way up to the stage. There was no point. You know, if you see the crowds and the scenes there, it was just a bit ridiculous. Being slightly claustrophobic, I thought, I'll just hang around back here. There was lots of people, lots of guys milling around, lots of girls milling around, and guitars, and just having a riot, you know, just having a good time. So I spent a couple of days just hanging around, lolling around. You could hear the music in the air, and I was having a great time just meeting and greeting people and laying around in the mud and Mudstock.
You laid around in the mud too, huh?
Yeah.
Was that your best memory, laying around in the mud, or was there something else?
No, the best memory was getting there with my buddies. I went down with a couple of friends from Montreal, and getting there was more fun than anything else, I think. Actually, than being there, it was, I don't know, just a lot of fun. Lots
And
of
the
jokes.
memory, I guess, is the best part of the whole thing, right?
Yeah, not that I think about it every day. Maybe once every 25 years, and forced to look back at it. What was it doing?
Sounds like it was a bit of a zoo. Thanks a lot for joining us, John. Have a great rest of the summer.
You too. Thanks.
Okay. And from the zoo, back to the circus.